possible. This is a little background on me and my journey in this hair industry. You blazing up, got sex on debt like you're saving up. Back to what I was saying. So at 8 years old, my mom bought me a doll head. She bought me a doll head because I would not keep my hands out of my own head and out of my little sister's head. I was determined each and every day to style somebody's head in some way, shape, or form. Fast forward to 12 years old, now I am dyeing hair. I am dyeing, I'm doing everything you possibly think of to people's hair. I'm doing it to my classmates, to my family, to my friends. Everybody's getting their hair done by Omi. Omi's practicing. 14 years old, I'm learning that there is such thing as a sew-in, and I'm really interested in it because I'm like, that's so cool, it looks natural, I want to learn how to do that. So at 14, I did my first sew-in on my own head. At that point in time, I could not cornrow my own head, so I did flat twist instead. So if you know anything about flat twist and sew-ins, you know that doesn't make any sense. My sew-in was like, I was in vacation Bible school, like, I don't think this is what it's supposed to be like, okay? But a couple months later, we got it all together. Between 14 and 17, I then was getting paid by people to do their sew-ins. I focused solely on sew-ins because it was easy. Like, it was, an hour and a half of my time, make $100 real quick, keep it pushing. Like, it was real simple. At 17, I walked into this lovely beauty supply store like I always did from probably age 13-ish, and I was offered a job here. When I was offered the job here, of course, I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I will do this. And I was already doing hair, so now I was like, now at 17, I was doing about 10 clients a week, at least. And I woke up one day and my hand was cramped. It was just like, I was like, I can't even text right now. Oh my God, what's going on? The whole experience lasted literally an hour at max. But in that hour, I'm like, no, I can't do something where if I break my hand, if I hurt my fingers, now my money stopped. We can't move like that. So now we're opting to get into business. We're going to get into business somehow, some way. We don't know how exactly, but it's going to involve the hair care industry. Those are my thoughts at 17. Give it some thought. I'm also at this time at 17 in college, and I'm in college for education. So I'm like, I don't know what in the world I'm going to do. So for the next year of my life, I spent just thinking, what am I going to do business-wise in this hair industry? How am I going to step into this industry in a business level, on a higher level? What am I going to do? I was in church actually, and somebody asked me, she was like, where'd you get your hair from? And I think one of my friends had bought it from me, so I didn't even know where. But that question triggered Omi Virgin Hair. That one question, because I was like, wait, you're asking me this, and I could just get it for you. I could go and source this. This is what I'm going to do. This is it. Okay, this is it. That time I'm also engaged. I'm engaged to someone that's in the military. If you know anything about basic training, you know that you cannot contact the person that you're dating or your family member if they're in the military. You just can't, right? So instead of contacting him, because I couldn't, I would speak to God. I gave all of my time and energy for about 4 or 5 months just solely to God and solely on building my relationship with him. And in that time, he gave me the vision for Omi Virgin Hair. He gave me the vision for my life. He literally sent me dreams. I don't know how deep and spiritual y'all are, if y'all are at all, but that was the catalyst of Omi Virgin Hair. Omi Virgin Hair is built on foundation of faith that sometimes you got to remind yourself of how far you've come, because when it comes to this industry, when it comes to my life, when it comes to decisions, when it comes to God's grace and favor, there's no lack. There's no lack. There's nothing but abundance. And sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I forget that because I have such big goals. And this hasn't even been a tip of the iceberg. Owning a business for 6 years, another one for 4. It's not anything. This is nothing compared to what I'm actually trying to do. If you would have told me at 16 that I would own 2 businesses and that I would own part of other people's businesses and hair stores and such, I would have been like, okay, I guess. Like, I can see it, but not really. Like, that's random.